friends. All right. I am very excited. I actually hesitated on getting this deck back in the day when it initially came out. This is Lucy Cavendish's Les Vampires or Vampires Oracle. It's from Blue Angel Publishing, and I think it comes through Llewellyn Publishing here in the U.S. And I have been looking for some winter shadow work, or just, decks that help me be in the present weather and experiences I'm having right now. And I really felt that I needed to give this one a chance because, like I said, when this first came out, I've never really been a big vampire deck person, but I am a big Lucy Cavendish person when it comes to oracles. And the only thing I've done so far is take the wrapper, the clear wrapping off the outside. As usual with the Blue Angel and Oracle decks, with these cool slider with the thumb, the finger grabs. It's a nice sturdy cardboard box. The colors are gorgeous. It's like black with red, and then it's like a deep, like it looks blue on here, but it's more of a purplish, maybe indigo going on in here, which is lovely. I love the deep colors. And the book is a pretty good size. It's about the size of the inner area of the box. And we'll just tip. And it looks like a good, healthy, thick, typical Lucy Cavendish guidebook. I do like the fill. Paper feels really nice. And this just has a little plastic piece around the cards. It's not cellophaned there. So one of the things about this deck is it's supposed to be really good for when you're going through some major transformations, which one or two others of our decks are good for that too. But in this case, it's supposed to help you, at least from what the box says and from some articles I've read. This is for those who are facing difficult decisions, upheaval in relationships, or wishing to move away from draining careers, situations, or people. Vampiric energies have often been feared and reviled. But today, the amazing creatures of Les Vampires, or vampires, are proving to be allies from the most mysterious of realms, helping many humans through their own dark night of the soul. Full of wise guidance, ancient teachings, proven methods of protection, comforting advice, and provocative challenges to our flawed perceptions. Les Vampires, or Les Vampires, offers a pathway through the darkness, the darkest, most troubling times. And it's Jasmine Beck Griffiths. So you know me. I have a hard time staying away from that combination now, don't I? Okay. So yeah, just a little plastic sleeve here. And oh my goodness. Now these are sticking a little bit, and the easiest way to fix that is just to bend a bit. Yeah, just a bit. It's not totally, and they're not gilded or anything, so it's a matter of just letting them relax from each other. So I would be careful taking them apart, just so you know, so you don't do damage or anything. But so far, it's not very hard to separate them. Again, usually flexing the cards is all you need to do to separate decks like this. Take your time doing it. Don't rush it. Just take your time, because I feel like this cardstock is going to be, it reminds me of the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. I love that cardstock. This is a little bit stiffer, but very close. I do love the backs. It is high gloss, typical of Lucy's decks. I wish she had a little bit less gloss, but I'm used to it. It's cool. The art's still gorgeous. And it does show the artwork really well, having matte gloss on it. So this is Eternal Youth, Energies, Newness, Vitality. Oh, I'm already trying to go through it. And usually I do the guidebook first. But I gotta say, I do like the time period they're kind of depicting here. I like that it's kind of sepia, a little bit dark looking. I feel that There's just enough. I love that it has like, just the title and then just a few key terms to work with. This is what I like working with the most. When you have big sentences or paragraphs to read, I feel like it's just too much, but I'm going to get what I expect to get from Jasmine and Lucy with this deck. And so far, I'm liking it. I do love this style of art. So the big-eyed girls, the really big heads. This is enlightenment, inspiration, epiphany, and innovation. And typical of Lucy's decks, it has a title, a few key terms or meanings, and then numbers. And I'm betting, if we just take a moment to look at the book, which I think is really lovely as well, has some cool, just a few pieces to see. There is title page. This came out in 2014. It does have a table of contents and it's in number order, not alphabetical. And then there's what page number it's on. And then about the author, about the artist, and looks like a little bit of advertising in the back from other decks that they sell at Blue Angel. Okay, so the introduction, let's see how long. Well, it says that the messages start on page 26, introduction starts on page 7. Okay, so at that point, what do we got? I haven't looked at any of this. I literally opened it up for y'all when I opened it. So, I like that. Les Vampires, lifting the veil. You are about to meet the most elegant, most lonely, and most seductive guardians of them all. Ooh, nice intro. I'm not going to read all this because that takes a little time, but it looks like it does kind of what she does with her theme decks, which is she's giving you a bit of their story, kind of introducing them to you. Then they have who are the Les Vampires or vampires. Why would these vampires help you or help me? Why work with these vampires? And she's done this with the mermaids and the fae and all these others. So I'm feeling like we're going to get some nice information here. How will you know they are with you? What the Les Vampires will help you with? And as I read the back cover, it's supposed to help you with hard times and transitions and difficult situations and understanding when you're around toxic people, energy people that are toxic or harmful to you, and helping you work through moving beyond that. Okay? And are vampires real? Modern vampire story, Mercy Brown. Layouts, oh good, layouts for the Les Vampires. There's a ceremonial blessing for your deck and how to shuffle. And here is, and also something about reading for others. Again, I'm not going to get into all that in this one. Maybe when I use it a little bit, I may revisit some of these things. So her 3-card spread is called the Trinity. And I'm just going to see if it's like a past, present, future thing. Oh. Okay. All right, so it goes into detail. But the first card didn't look like it was that easy to tell what she was calling it. Okay. So there's a description of the Trinity, light in the darkness. I like the descriptions. If you feel abandoned, hopeless, and like a child lost in the darkness at this time, and wish to know who can be trusted or of assistance with the next stage of the journey, simply pull a card and see which of the Les Vampires comes forward to speak with you. So that's cool. It's a 1-card draw. Path Through the Night has about 13 cards. All right. It's a wonderful spread to use for both short and long-range forecasts. Okay. Talks about contemplating your question, shuffle, cut deck to 3. Yeah, she has a certain way that she cuts decks. And then you're going to use the first 13 cards from the top of the deck and lay these in a circle 1 by 1. And start at the bottom of the circle, the 6 o'clock position on the clock, and then go all the way around, moving clockwise. until you have 13 cards in a circle. And then there's several ways timing can be indicated when using the spread. And then if you wish to do a short-term reading, 13 cards can represent the next 13 days. If you would like to do a longer-term reading, you can assign a moon to each of the 13 cards so that the timing covers a year and a day. So that's good. I like a good year and a day spread. And it has a title of what's going on with each card here. It's numbered, and then they have like the darkness is the first card, the path's first test, obstacles and struggles. It explains it all. That's fine. Now they have something called the Byzantine cross here. I'm not really fond of cross spreads, but I always give it a try at least once to see how it goes. And I'll let the rest of that go. So right after those spreads gets to the message cards, and it's her usual setup where you have a black and white mini picture of the card, number, title, the meanings, and then there's going to be the how do I want to say, the Less Vampire Speaks, the deck speaking to you, whichever one this is in the deck, a blessing, a curse, and then working with this card. So that's interesting. And it's going to keep going and doing it, and that's basically the setup. And then there are, let's see how many cards in this deck. There are, I believe, 44, which is about the typical number she has in a deck. And there's a little about the creator, Lucy, and about Jasmine Becker Griffith. And then she has a couple of her other decks that are offered from Blue Angels shown here. So that's wonderful. And they say that a lot of people feel that this deck is like the next phase growing up of the Oracle of Shadows and Light. I don't know. I'll see how it feels when I am reading it. But yeah, I like that. I've always liked the texture of her books. It's a little glossy on the cover, but the matte finish I prefer in the books, so it's not straining on the eyes, having gloss and having to turn it to not have reflection going on. All right. So like I said, I mostly got this because on the app where I read, I get a lot of people dealing with sometimes very lovely, perfect relationship things, sometimes really stressed out, having to make changes and going through different situations. I like the kitty on this one. Enlightenment. This one's enlightenment. So I felt I've loved Jasmine Beckett's work. I like that this has a little bit of a darker energy, dealing with a bit more serious subjects. This is knowledge. It says study, learning, education. I guess that these are sticking a little bit. Ancient. That's kind of cool. A little darker imagery. I don't mind that. Sometimes it's needed. Now, this is probably not one I would typically bring to an event unless it was like a Halloween thing or something where it was going to be a mature audience and I knew there wasn't going to be younger kids. But for the purpose of what it's needed for, I feel this would be cool. So ancient, ancestry, Egypt, a magical inheritance. Nightmare. Ooh. Now, I think I might have liked to have seen like a dark horse, but that, I'm not fond of animals with red eyes. So it works for me being a nightmare. Yeah. My husband keeps teasing that we should get a red-eyed ferret, and I just don't want it. Not that I wouldn't like the ferret, but I'd be a little unnerved with the red eyes. Immortal. Key terms are the consuming family, pressure of peers. I can see how that would be useful. Transformation. Spreading of conditions, influence, impact. Oh, look at that little dude. Oh. Animal friend. Looks like a little rat. I like that. My sister loves rats. Seduction. I think this is the one on the, yes, it's the one on the guidebook. Yeah. Seduction. Here is Creator. Oh, and there's a little deer. So cool. This one's a little earthier. Catalyst, Maker, Mother, Father. Nice. Yeah, these are sticking just a little. So when you get this deck, if you get this deck, know that you want to be careful taking it apart. Her Last Day in the Light. Ooh, that is really lovely. Unexpected endings, surprise changes, and sudden shifts. Wondering if this is that Greek story of the girl who went to go live with Hades or something like that, or just a vampire bride of some sort. Oh, Death Rites, saying goodbye, formal occasion, honoring lives. That's really, I'm not really fond of angel cards, but this one I like. I guess I just like darker angels, although I wasn't really fond of the Dark Angels Oracle that I got, but I think that was because of some of the imagery that was in it. Call for help. Oh, she has an older style phone piece in her hand. She's definitely trying to call. Really pretty. Like the dark tones. Primal. Oh yeah, you can see that. Primal. Reminds me a little bit of a, oh yeah, a dancer. What you call it? You know, the hip dancing. I can't think of it right now. Compassion. Oh. Reason. Listen to advice, think clearly, intellect. Call of the Night. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this card. Look at all those cats and the wolf. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cats and a wolf in the background here with the full moon. And the girl. Oh, I'm loving that. Call of the Night. Daring, adventure, excitement. Like that. The Past, a prison. Yeah, it doesn't look so positive there. Oh my gosh, that's like a wedding cake with cobwebs all over it in there. Oh my gosh. Something sad happened. Bitterness, grudge, refusal to let go. Wow. Cool. Anti-hero. Oh, my son will love that card. He loves anti-heroes. Maverick, risk taker, rule breaker. All right. I like the graffiti in the background, the tattoos. Yeah, I think anti-hero. Yeah, I think it comes across very well. All right. Menad. I'm not sure. Menad. Maenad. Madness, a static ritual, energy release. Okay. Cool. Redemption. Oh. Okay. Absolution, forgiveness, and penance. Thirst. Okay. Craving, compulsion, obsession. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is like the tiniest little teeth in the corners there. Didn't notice it at first. A little bit of stickage there. Not bad. And it seems to come apart pretty easy once you notice what's going on. And I don't have any tears or missing things on the back of the cards or anything. Outsider, misfit, loner, wanderer. Reminds me of the voodoo one in the other deck. Oh, look at those dragons. They were so cutesy in the other deck. These look a little sinister. I like that. A little lightning energy going on. Yeah, more focused intent. Free will. Sovereignty, independence, and free spirit. And there's like a lion piece carving, crown, checkerboard in the back, maybe a little fairy tale action going on there. Again, careful of the gloss, but it shows pretty well. Love conquers all. Enduring loyalty, eternal love, lasting commitment. Well, that's good. If you were doing a relationship reading that was having a hard time, you might still get a pretty good thing going there. Oh, the wolves, lovely. I like the wolves. Okay. The monster within. Oh, she's playing the violin. Cool. Monster within. So many cool details. Just have to take it in as we go. Huh. Is that jealousy? Almost looks like an F though. I think jealousy. Envy, punishment, changing course. Yeah. Okay. It's really cool. Look at the skulls. Oh, this one's beautiful. Ecstasy, yielding, rapture, bliss. That is so pretty. Love the tones and colors. Yep. Burnt by the sun. Yeah, she doesn't look happy. Ambitious, extension, reach. Yeah, reaching too far beyond what you can actually be safely in. That can burn you out. And for a vampire, if you fall in no tradition, it can definitely damage you or end you. Ooh, witness. To know, personal evidence, to speak out. Witness. I like the colored tips. Sweet. I like how the vampire energy is there, but it's not like sinister. It's not over the top. It's definitely making itself known. That death will come. Mortal, finite, fragile. And that looks like pomegranate, like a reverse pomegranate of some sort. It's like got carvings on the outside, and then there's like pomegranate seeds on the inside. Cool. And it's a dark-skinned one. That's so cool. It's inclusive. All right, pray. Stalk, invade, watch. Now this reminds me of one or two other ones with the skull. Usually it has a little bit of negative connotation, like stalking or having your boundaries invaded, things like that. So this gives that same similar kind of energy there. Prey. Not praying, but like being prey. Oh, here's a hunter. Kind of like that smirky look she has there. Oh, yep, this one's sticking. Hold on. I have to flex these a little. Okay. Yep. So the hunter and rebellion. Oh, I do like that. The one thing I liked about Shadow and Light a little bit, like this one's a bit closer to that, as the scenic view ones is nice. I don't mind a portrait style piece. This is Discipline. I like that cat base. The dress has a lot of spirals. There's lightning in the background. It's pretty cool. It's a Discipline. Training, consistency, practice. Makes sense. Oh, sacrifice, I think. Reunification, offering, letting go. It's sad. Okay. Faith. Not really necessarily my symbolism I found of, but yeah, one card out of all of them. That's not bad. Trust, unwavering confidence. So having faith in something or someone, I'm assuming. There you go. I do like the hair. That's pretty. Okay, we're getting to the last few cards. Religion. Again, not really some of my fondest imagery, but you know, for what usually gets covered with vampires, it makes sense. Courtesy. Thoughtful, polite, good manners. And a wolf in the background. I think it's like Red Riding Hood. Yeah, lots of red. That's pretty. Supernatural. Ooh, flying fish. Definitely supernatural to me. And inexplicable, miraculous, and otherworldly. So very pretty. All right. Oh, and natural. Cool. And it says authentic, real, organic. Comes through. Comes through. All right. Let's see. Again, we're getting to the last few here. All right. Transgression. Oh, sorry. Nope, I was right. Transgression, flaws, contradictions, mistake. Oh, someone killed a unicorn. I don't like that, but yeah. Interesting. This one looks almost like a sphinx or lion of some sort over here. This side has the unicorn with its horn intact, and this is like a unicorn skull. So, all right. Nobility. Wolves. And then last two cards. Yay. Hope. It's kind of pretty. Anticipation, bright prospects, swish. Okay. Ooh, little stickage there. Resurrection. Oh, love those cats. Oh, reprise, recovery, comeback. I like that. Sweet. Okay, well, so if you get this, just know the cards may stick. Take your time taking them apart. They're a good size deck. This is actually a bit smaller than the, I think it's typical of the size of the Blue Angel Lucy Cavendish decks. But it is a little bit smaller than that Spirit of the Animals that I opened, but it's also a different publisher. And so far, I'm liking how it feels. They are a little bit stiffer than, say, the Oracle of the Shapeshifter, but that's fine. It feels like pretty much the kind of stock they usually use in her decks. Yeah, I can shuffle it pretty well. I'm so used to doing this side shuffle because I have small hands, so I literally can't do the top to end shuffle. I just don't have this. So let's see what cards comes up for you. So I'll end this for tonight. Oh. You know what? My hands are getting tired, so I'm going to just do this one. Let me shuffle over here. Let's do a little cut. Boom, boom, and let's see what we can do. Ooh, so I got the unicorn earlier tonight, and now supernatural. Miraculous, otherworldly, inexplicable. Lovely. So some unexplainable, very unique help coming in your way. Opening of possibilities. Cool, cool. Like these cards. All right, so thank you for watching this video. Please give thumbs up, the thumbs down, or if you have any questions that I didn't read yet from the book, please feel free to ask. This deck did come out in like 2014, but I wasn't able to get it at the time. I wasn't really that drawn to vampire decks at the time. And now, especially knowing Lucia, I had a feeling that I'd probably get along with this really well. It's kind of funny. I wasn't really drawn to any of the other Alice in Wonderland themed decks either, but I did end up getting her Oracle, and I am very much enjoying that. I don't think I'll be getting any of the other Tarots or whatever because I'm not really enjoying the artwork I'm seeing. I've only seen one Alice in Wonderland themed Tarot, and it was very expensive, and I'm not going to be getting that one either, that I was a bit drawn to. So again, this was the less vampires Oracle from Lucy Cavendish, and the artwork's by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I really like it so far. I feel like it's going to be a good reader. We'll see how it goes. I'm it's still available. I got this one on Amazon, and yeah, this is really nice. I'm so glad I've added it to my collection. Have a great weekend, folks. And yeah, that's probably going to be it for me. I need to spend a few days. Actually, I may do the other ones tomorrow. I got the box set of the Book of Shadows Tarot, but I'll be covering that probably tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this and the card pulls, and thank you again if you take the time to watch all of this, and bye.